Watch out, Chow. Watch it. Man.
kind of sandy mortar. There's definitely some clay in it, but seems to be fine sand in there. And I want to reassemble the oven with the same kind of mortar, and so I'm going to save it in order to put it back together with the same medium, and because I want the oven to work, to bake like it used to bake. So I feel like it has to be whole again, with this, including the same mortar, which I think is possible. The rest out here was really just filled with dirt. It's like this saibro that it's common here. It's layers of it and rocks. So the main thing is the mortar, the brick setting mortar, and I think I can pretty much collect it all. Well, I'm down to the, I guess you'd call these the posts, door posts, stones of the oven, and the row of standing bricks, and of course the base. It's, I wasn't gonna deal with the oven right away, but the guys are working on the wall here, and this wall it's really in rough shape at the top and it's leaning in considerably. So we're gonna have to disassemble quite a bit of it. And I didn't want any big rock to fall on the oven and break it. So I decided to disassemble the oven piece by piece. So I've taken some good notes, some good drawings, some good measurements, and I feel like I understand how this oven was built. It was very modest, was poor, was built with a lot of broken pieces, repurposed, reused. It's possibly as old as the house. I think so. It's quite possible. It's been a lot of fun. I learned. Anyway, I was gonna move from here. I was definitely gonna save this oven, but I wanted to engage my viewership to see what people say, and thank you for some great comments. The little cubby that's here, somebody mentioned how it would be for keeping the salt dry, and I tend to agree with that. Also, where the matches would be kept dry, because these houses in the winter in this region, it's pretty humid. It rains a lot and humidity is really up. So keeping the salt dry is a good idea, and of course keeping the matches dry if you're gonna be able to light up a fire. I was always gonna move it from here because the kitchen is no longer gonna be here. The kitchen is gonna be out there where you are looking out towards the valley, towards the garden, towards the property. And I love natural light when I'm using the kitchen. And especially when I'm washing dishes, I need to have a window in front of me so I can make the one thing that has to do with cooking that's less pleasurable, which is washing the dishes, the actual chore involved in cooking. Less of a chore. At least you're looking out of the window into the green. I think it's a good design feature to put a window in front of the sink. Wow, so exciting to see this little lemon tree. It's got so many lemons. One, two, quite a few, growing nice. Yeah, it seems to be healing nicely. Looks like it's scarring. I hope is that it scars over. It's pretty thin here. I discovered an insect tunneling through it in the winter, and what I did is I carved it out. So there's still about half of the diameter, not quite over here, in bark, which is allowing the tree to grow. She's got lovely fruit. But I'm a little concerned because the trunk is a little bit skinny here. I'm hoping that it scars over as it grows in size and diameter. For now, I'm just keeping it clean, letting it dry and be aired, and no insects. It's the only quince tree that I have. I really like to make marmalada, which is a jam made from this fruit. Pairs fantastic with cheese. So yeah, it looks to be alright. Just have to keep an eye on it. Olá, boa tarde. Estou a tentar. Boa tarde, bem disposto? Olha, quero dizer como é que está o acre? Hola. Yucky. So someone asked about the vineyard. We don't really have a vineyard traditionally. What we have is what you see here. This is a pergola. There's another one here. Now, there's a pergola all along the field, to the bottom of that field. There's another one here. They belong to the neighbor, Julia. They come to graze here. So this pergola system, it's very traditional to this region. It's got its place. It's good for utilizing area around the fields and in spaces that nothing else can be really done with. But it's not great for making good quality wine. Ripening grapes in this horizontal system is a little bit more difficult. But for some white varieties, it's not too bad. So I'm going to keep some of the pergolas. I have to repair all of them. However many I'm keeping, they're all in bad shape. And all the beams are rotten or already fell off, or some of the posts are leaning too much. So I'm going to keep some of the pergolas in some areas. I love them. I think they're just beautiful, and this region is full of them. But for red, I definitely have to plant a new variety, which is again native to this region, new to me, new to this homestead. My grandpa, I don't think, had that variety, but I'm not sure. Maybe some of the reds here are that particular variety. I have to wait until they're mature to really find out.